You guys, I am so freaking excited for this week's video. It's photo shoot time! The weather gods have come through for me and the forecast is showing overcast with a side of rain tomorrow. Thank you. So I'm going to head out to a local park in the morning and maketh some magic. Today, however, I have got some prep work to do, and that includes this mannequin. I also ended up fixing the paintbrush prop that I did in last week's video. If you haven't seen that yet and you'd like to watch it, I made two big giant props for this shoot that I'm doing today, and I'll leave a link somewhere up in one of the corners. I had some cut-offs left over from the pool noodle I used, so I did a little amputation op. Then glued the offcuts on, paper mache'd it, and then sprayed it black. Now for this guy. To replicate the smoky fog coming out of where my head should be for this concept, I have a smoke bomb. But the thing is, I do not want to let off a smoke bomb in my face because that cannot be good for my lungs. So good old Betty here has kindly offered to stand in for me while this thing's going off. And since she's already headless, it's kind of a match made in heaven. Basically, the plan is to photograph myself in position so that when I edit this image, I can use the bottom half of my body. And then I'll use Betty to stand in for the top half of me while the smoke bomb is going off. And then that way I can focus on being able to get the photos and holding my camera in hand. So I'm going to test out the costume/outfit that I am going to wear on Betty so I can make sure that it fits nice and snug. I woke up on Thursday morning pumped to create some art. The weather gods had come through with the cloudy weather, so I headed out to the location and started setting up. I got my camera ready to go, I poured the paint onto the umbrella, and after several infuriating attempts to get the smoke bomb going, everything kind of just went downhill from there. And to top it off, the sun started peeking through the clouds. On a positive note, I got to say hi to some very energetic puppies who cheered me right back up. At this point though, I unpacked and went home with the intention of getting some sandbags to help secure Betty in place and hoped it would come back over cloudy. Here we are again, second attempt for the day. Weather, currently cloudy. Wind speed, low enough. Mindset, determined. I actually went to this location just to fill the sandbags, but when I got here I figured I might as well stay. I had washed the paint off the umbrella after the first attempt because it was a mess after the fall, so here I am again, repeating the steps. As expected, the smoke bombs were a hassle to light, which by the way is not the smoke bomb's fault, but the lighter I was using. Note to self, get a better lighter. I finally got one going and then tried so hard to get the second one going, but that was just not happening. I took some photos, but the wind speed maybe wasn't as low as I thought it felt. I tried again, but this time I had both the smoke bombs next to each other, so the flame was hitting them both at the same time. And hallelujah, we have liftoff. There was finally a decent amount of smoke filling the umbrella. The wind speed had picked up slightly by this stage, but I could work with that.
You win some, you lose some, right? It wasn't until after the smoke bombs had stopped doing their smoke bomb thing that I realised the extent of the damage these little fucks had caused. Both my umbrella and my raincoat are a complete write-off, and poor Betty, her back has singed to a crisp. Needless to say, she has advised me she will no longer be my stunt double if smoke bombs are involved. And honestly, I don't blame her. After I cleaned up the extensive damage I'd caused, it was time for me to get into the now deceased raincoat and take my photo. I took hundreds of photos, both with and without the paintbrush. At this point, I really wasn't sold on the paintbrush prop, so I wanted to make sure I had options. Then I spent at least 50 photos worth standing in an awkward position to get the paint tube, and then kneeling in an awkward position to get the paint dripping from the tube.
Okay, I am done with the shoot. I really hope that this works out because otherwise I have pretty much destroyed Betty. This is my third attempt at doing this, so I just really hope that it works out. Fingers crossed. If I'm being honest, I'm not in love with this image, which really sucks considering the amount of effort I put in to making it. But for whatever reason, it just didn't turn out the way that I was seeing it in my head, no matter how hard I tried. Perhaps my vision for the idea wasn't as clear in my head as I thought it was, but whether I like it or not, the most important thing is I went out and actually created something. So well done me. I ended up leaving the paintbrush and my hands out of the final image. In the end, I really wasn't feeling the paintbrush. I think it was just the way that I made it. And I felt like it furthered the concept to not have it in there and also remove my hands as well. In hindsight, I think the concept could have been better if I had done it in an empty room rather than an outdoor setting. Plus, I ended up adding more smoke in the editing phase, so I probably could have just done this without the smoke bombs and saved myself all the damage that I ended up creating. Not every piece of art that I create will be a masterpiece, as much as I wish that were the case, but this has been a step in the right direction. And I'm eager to continue creating and see my next concept come to life. However, that is it for another week, another Sunday. Tomorrow is a new day and I am so excited to see what next week brings. Goodbye for now, my loves. Mwah!